Hello, welcome back. Today we're going to do some sous vide. One of the meat we're going to use is prime rib eye, black Angus, and the other one is a Wagyu 7/8. So for now we'll show you this. The marbling on this US prime meat is absolutely gorgeous. Our sous vide is ready at 54 degrees Celsius. We're going to do two different doneness, so we'll start with 54 and we'll end with 58. This is because we have two different preferences today. The bag that we're going to use for the sous vide is from this particular brand, Glad. You can use any brand, but it's because it's thick and it's BPA free and microwave safe. It looks like it's good. We are going to trim the beef a little bit. I know some people really don't like it when we do this to premium beef, but well, we have tried it with and without the fat, and we don't like it with too much fat on. So this is just a personal preference. Of course, we don't waste the fat. You can see on the left hand side, I am slicing and I am stacking up all the fat for use later on. You will see beautiful marbling for this piece of meat. Next, we'll use some pink salt. Sprinkle it all over the meat. It will be done on both sides. Don't season one side. There's some white pepper. We're not using black pepper because we don't like it that much. Okay, white pepper. Sprinkle it all around. Make it as even as possible. And finally, some herbs. We're using thyme leaves. Dried ones are not that good, but I could not get fresh ones, so we'll just use it. Pat it down properly. Don't rub, just pat. Alright, turn it on the other side. We'll do the same thing with salt, pepper, and thyme leaves. Alright, pat it down a little bit. Looks gorgeous. And then we will put it into the Ziploc bag, which I won't show here because it's quite simple. The sous vide is ready at 54 degrees Celsius, perfect for medium rare. So we have two bags of meat. One bag is a US prime and the other bag is an Australian Wagyu. Both are great pieces of meat. So the bag is supposed to be cooked half at 54 and the other half at 58. So you will see I'll take out half of it. One piece of meat is out and the other piece is left inside. And the temperature is cranked up to 58. This way, one bag can have two different doneness. And then we're going to put it into the fridge for a brining experiment. After 6 hours of brining in the fridge, we take out the first piece to try, which is the Wagyu 7/8. We are extracting oil from the fat in a pot, and then we are heating up the searing pan with some butter. Butter and fat is supposed to be a really good combination, which I learned from another person. And once it's smoking hot, we will add in the beef to be seared. Okay, we are searing the steak and it's getting to a very beautiful dark brown color due to the herbs being roasted to a very dark color. And after a minute each side, it is done. Alright, the second piece of meat, once it's hot enough, we will put in the steak to sear. Alright, now it's smoking hot. We put it in and we will just cover it a little because it's splashing everywhere. The process is exactly the same. 1 minute on each side on super high heat. You will see that the steak is equally dark brown as the previous one because of the herbs. The herbs are getting burnt, but the meat is still fine. This leaves a very pleasant flavor of the barbecue and nuttiness flavor as well. We like it this way. It's burning everywhere, so you need a cover to prevent the entire kitchen from getting very greasy. Alright, 1 minute almost up. Add a bit of fresh butter. We want a bit of butter because we want to balance the flavor of the beef juice with the fragrance and taste of fresh unburnt butter. put in the mushrooms face down. I like it face down first because this allows the butter to be absorbed into the mushroom a little better, and it tends to taste pretty nice this way. Once the mushrooms look brown, turn them. Okay, don't just cook them one side because it's just a habit of mine, I guess. I like to cook my mushrooms both sides, even though some restaurants insist to cook them only one side. Okay, once they're almost half done, then it is almost time to put in the tomatoes. You can season with a little salt and pepper if you want to. I'm using my pink salt, which is some flavor that we have gotten used to. And you may want to grill the tomatoes on both sides instead of just one side. That's a personal preference. We like the tomatoes to be still crunchy, but a little bit warm and a little bit crispy on one side. So once I see that the tomatoes have been roasted pretty well on one side, I just want to make sure that the entire tomato is a little bit warmer and not cold, because when it's warm it tends to be a bit sweeter. The sides are almost ready, so you can get your plates within this minute or two and get ready to put the sides on the plate. The final step will be to do a simple sauce, which we will be doing after this, as the sauce is generally quick and easy to do. For the sauce, we will add in the juice from the sous-vide bags. This juice is the leftover after you take out the sticks from the bag. And I also add in a bit of black pepper sauce, which is leftover from yesterday's meal. But it's still good to go. I mean, this is not a restaurant, so I'm just cooking for the family. So you want to use this liquid and try to deglaze the pan a little. Deglazing is an amazing process that it allows you to take out any remainder flavors from the pan. Okay, the pan has not been washed from the moment I seared the sticks, so all the flavor is going into this beautiful sauce. Finally, I add in a bit of bibigo sauce. Bibigo sauce is a Korean sauce that is a bit like a barbecue sauce, a bit sweet sauce. I'm not sure how to describe it, but we love this combination of flavor. Don't forget to taste your sauce. If the combination is not right, you can still make adjustments. Alright, I'm tasting the sauce off the camera, so you can't really see me trying it. So the sauce is almost ready. This is part 1 of our experiment. The steaks were brined for 6 hours in the fridge. Let me know what you think.